Hi, I'm Aaron Gold for Auto by Tel, and today we are wafting along in the all-new 2014 Mercedes-Benz S550. Big, beautiful, unmistakably Mercedes flagship. Now, I try to avoid doing like press kit tidbits in our videos. There's always a lot to talk about with how the car drives, but I'm going to give you a couple. Okay, for one thing, they have made extensive use of aluminum, or for those who don't think I try hard enough to sound like Jeremy Clarkson, aluminium to keep the weight down, although it's still a 2-ton vehicle, and there are no incandescent light bulbs anywhere on this car. Every single bulb is actually an LED. Pretty cool, right? All right, let's take a look inside. Mercedes says their design goal for the S-Class was the essence of luxury, and I think they've pretty well done it. Look at this. You have this beautiful perforated leather trim, 2-tone dash with this warm wood. These vents are gorgeous. I think that should be a t-shirt. Hey dude, nice vents. This is really a wonderful place to spend time. Now, of course, Mercedes uses a dial controller, and they also have this little phone pad, which you can use to dial your phone or also control some of the multimedia functions. Now, speaking of multimedia functions, this car has a video DVD player. Okay, so you can run a movie on the center screen, but here's the really cool part. There's this split screen deal because, oh, by the way, it's Her Majesty Mrs. Brown. Excellent movie with Judi Dench. Underrated. Anyway, if I put the car in drive, now I can't see the movie from my side of the car, but the passenger can still watch the movie. It is pretty freaking cool. Now, the gauges are also just a panel. They are a video screen with really smooth action on the speedometer and the tachometer. And here's one of the neat things you can do. This car has an optional night vision camera that will highlight pedestrians. There's a total babe in a Porsche taking pictures of us on our iPhone. I love this Mercedes. Now, the trunk on this car is 16.3 cubic feet, not particularly large when you consider the size of the car. And of course, because you have those reclining rear seats, there's no fold-down rear seat. But you do get a little added storage space right here under the trunk floor. But the really cool part is that you can close it using the Jedi mind trick. Watch this. Traditionally, big German luxury sedans are available in short and long wheelbase models. That's the case with the BMW 7 Series, but Mercedes has brought over just the long wheelbase version of the S-Class, and it is wonderful. Look at this. Now, granted, I'm the kind of guy who they hire to do ads for these cars because I'm short, so I make them look bigger than they really are, but this is a lot of space. Look at this. Plenty of stretch out room. You got these nice poofy headrest covers. You can close your sunshades, and look, there's even a little tiny sunshade for the back quarter window there. You wouldn't want any sun getting on you. And here's the best part. You can sit back, relax, and just enjoy your poofy headrest and the view out the gigantic sunroof. This is the way to travel. The driving experience is exactly what you would expect from a flagship Mercedes, at least what I expected from a flagship Mercedes. Let's start with the engine. 4.7-liter twin-turbo V8, 455 horsepower. And if you were so uncouth as to floor the accelerator from a stop, you would get to 60 miles an hour in less than 5 seconds. And keep in mind, this is the entry-level engine. But the way to enjoy this car is not to do that. You want to turn the air suspension to comfort mode. You want to set the active cruise control, which maintains a right distance from the car in front of you, and just cruise along in quiet and comfort and luxury. This car even has a built-in perfumer. It will actually scent the air so you don't have to, I don't know, smell the odors of the blue-collar masses. Now, one of the really cool features about this car is the lane keeping function. While a lot of cars have cameras that will identify the lane markers and they will either beep when you cross over the lines, which this car will do, some cars will actually apply some corrective steering. Now, the Mercedes S-Class does that, but what it actually does is it kind of changes the power steering as you go into the curves. Normally, this car has a really nice, tight on-center feel. It makes it easy to drive the car straight down the lane. But when you get to a curve, it kind of eases the power steering in that direction. So as the road curves right, you find it very easy to just turn to the right. It just makes the driving that much more, I don't know, just wonderful. It's just brilliant. We're going to discuss the price of this car, and it is really expensive. But I have to say, this really does feel like the best of the best. Now, the pricing for this car, how can I put this? Get it? The other shoe just dropped. You're waiting for the... All right, anyway, pricing for this car starts at just under $97,000. Now, to put that in perspective, an A8L starts at about $82,000, and the BMW 7 Series starts about $75,000. Granted, those are 6-cylinder cars, and the BMW 7 Series is a short wheelbase, but even as you pile on the options, those cars will never outpace the Mercedes S550. This one costs nearly $130. With all the options, you're talking over $140,000. And that's just the basic S550 rear drive. We haven't even gotten into all-wheel drive or the bigger 12-cylinder engines or the AMGs or anything like that. You have to seriously want a Mercedes S-Class to spend that kind of money on a car. Personally, I'm kind of partial to the A8. It's a lot less expensive. It has some even more interesting technology for the infotainment system. All-wheel drive comes standard, and it is brilliant to drive. That's the car I would cross-shop against the S550. But still, this thing is pretty fantastic. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go waft on home. I'm Aaron Gold for Auto by Tel, and I'll see you next time.